tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Trudging Thursday. I'm a little late, but I'm here. I'm here. And your day, or you probably can't hear me. There we go. Now you can probably hear me. 111. Woo! 111. Afternoon leisure. Hi, Amber. Hi, Michelle. See, I have my microphone set up so you can only hear here. Otherwise, you would hear like the fan and the cats, and you'd hear a lot of other stuff so it's real narrow. So if I'm not in the microphone, like when I leave the room, sometimes I'll yell, you might not be able to hear me unless I yell against that wall, and then I can come back and hear the things we do. I just got back from Fourth Dimension Sober Living, doing some good stuff down there. Nothing like getting a room full of people excited about what we're doing, man. Things are starting to work a little bit in our favor. I had one person, they were supposed to do an intervention. They didn't call back. These are the things that we do. Tell me okay, I've got a thing here, right? And I want you guys are gonna help me out a little bit. So I'm gonna want your advice on something. So I'm gonna read you an email. Now, what happened is somebody I know, somebody approached them that owns a sober living IOP. They did DUI classes, and they literally told them, you don't need AA. Literally told them, tried to pull them, you don't need your sponsor. You don't need meetings. You just need to come do our stuff, right? With this, which is entirely unethical in what we do. A recovery coach was doing this, and they're not a recovery coach. They're a piece of crap. Okay. Then this person not only got like 3-4 phone calls from this person, but 4 other phone calls from different phone numbers from the employees bugging. This was just yesterday. And this is the bull crap that goes on all the time. They are so desperate to make fucking money that they are willing to put other people in danger. So this is the email that I wrote, and I'm going to keep names out. Okay. I'm writing you, so-and-so. I'm writing to you on behalf of a friend of mine named blah, blah. I also work in this field and have for 25 years. I will get to the point. Telling someone to leave AA and join your program and then harass them is a clear violation of our ethics. I'm going to attach the ethics format that you should have taken to get your certificate. We take this very seriously, but instead of reporting, I like to give someone a chance to change first. I keep a very close eye on the recovery community, and I have to say that this practice is frowned upon in our community. Our group of over 50 people would agree you needed to be confronted. If I get another complaint, I will be filing a complaint and have your certificate and DUI classes shut down, or we will at least try. If you have a problem with AA, that is on you. But to tell someone to leave their support group is not something we do. Then to give her number to other people to call. She received 5 phone calls from different people yesterday. This is your one and only warning to practice ethics in the recovery field, and next time we report. Keep in mind, if you write back, we will record it and make a report. Change is the only true amends. If you or someone from your company contacts blah, blah again in any way, we will not just file a complaint, but a restraining order. So you let me know how that sounds. Should I send it? All right. Because there will be pushback and then I'm going to have to deal with it. Or do I just leave it alone? Somebody needs to call this guy out, right? And that leads very much into responsibility for today. So we'll get to that in a little bit. For now, let's change things up a little bit. You like it, Leisure? Okay. I ain't call him names. I want to. I want to go down to where he works and confront him. That's what I'd like to do. But you got it. I do email because then it's recorded. It's got a timestamp. It's got everything that you need if you need to take somebody to court. So, all right. Everybody's like, send it. Okay. The problem is I do that stuff and at night I get this really bad feeling in my stomach every night and I go through it and I don't like it. So if I don't do any confrontational thing that day, I'm okay. But sometimes at night, I don't know where my paranoia comes from, but it starts to happen to me. Nah, I don't know why. So, you know what time it is. We're going to switch a little bit here. Yeah, I got to have the paper trail, huh, Scott? That makes it even more important that I should send it. All right. All right. Okay. You know what time it is. It's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. I know what we've been talking about probably isn't all that funny, but that's okay. Today I went to Cheryl's.com, 85 dad jokes. Did you hear about the red and blue ships that collided? All the sailors were marooned. I had hit the thing in time. Right? Because blue and red make purple. And purple's also called maroon. My neighbor gave me a new roof for free. He said it was on the house. Did you hear about the teenager who failed his driving test? Yeah, he thought it was a crash course. Where do surfers learn to surf? At boarding school. Those are kind of fun, though, huh? Do you, Michelle? Okay. Michelle says that she has the same paranoia. I just don't know what's going to happen. See, I don't have, once it's out of my hands, I have no more control over it. And I think that's part of the problem. Right. I mean, let's just take a quick look at his picture. Okay. Even his picture screams stay away. It does. Even his picture. I mean, that's supposed to be his professional picture. You can see the AI in it. Okay. If we can't do things without filters and stuff in the recovery community, get out because you're lying right off the bat. Yeah, that is a laugh track on, but I had to download it, Leisure. I went and downloaded it. I can send you the link to where you can get the downloads for that stuff. Yeah. Leisure, like, wait a minute. What am I missing out on here for my show? Yeah. Check this one out. This is one that I made. It's not very loud though, so you'll have to kind of listen.
You're tuned into the Recovery Watchdog, where we call out the fakes, celebrate the real, and keep recovery honest. Because if we don't bark, who will?
No, that was not me doing the sound, right? So I took all of that, I put it in Clipchamp and made a quick little thing. All right, let's get to humility and responsibility. I'm going to do the reading today first, and then we'll kind of get into the other stuff. So happy Friday the 13th. Today is Friday the 13th. I hope you're having a good day. It's Thursday. It is not Friday the 13th. It's Thursday the 13th. Oh my gosh. I'm not even on the right days. At least I swear I have the right reading though. Just like I thought Monday was Veterans Day. No. All right. We hear it said that all progress in the program can be boiled down and measured by just 2 words. Humility and responsibility. It is also said that our entire spiritual development can be precisely measured by our degree of adherence to those standards. Okay. That was Sponsy, and Sponsies come before Daily Trudge. So, all right. So, it can be measured by our degree of adherence to those standards. So, humility. I think we have a hard time with humility because we want to make more out of it than it needs to be. But really, I was just down. I was just with a group of people, and all the people working at Fourth Dimension Sober Living, and they're doing great stuff down there. I watched somebody come in, new client. I could see. I'm gonna cry. Not only could I hear the desperation in her voice because she was crying, I could see the relief in her face that she finally found somewhere where people were not going to abuse her and wanted to actually fucking help. This place supplies you with your own food. They give you food. You don't need to go buy your food. Okay? They help you with rent. They help you with everything. They don't just let you flounder around. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. And that was humility and responsibility combined. So thank you, all of you over at Fourth Dimension Sober Living. You're doing a great fucking job. Right? And that was a really neat meeting. At one point, they're like, yeah, Dion, we were curious. So we went digging on you. I'm like, good. They're like, we love it. You're like, your videos are awesome. You know what you're taking. Yeah, it was nice to hear that. Right? And we're making some move. Is it a huge move? No. Does it count? Yeah. We need more of it. It's just another place that is now aligned in with what we're doing and making sure that when we have somebody, we have somewhere to send them that we know is safe. Thank you, God. It's a relief, not just off their shoulders, but off my shoulders too, to know that there's more of us. Right? As AA's co-founder Bill W. once put it, ever deepening humility accompanied by an ever greater willingness to accept and act upon clear-cut obligations. These are truly our touchstones for all growth in the life of the spirit. Am I responsible? Let's talk about the responsibility statement for a minute. Okay. Now, the responsibility statement came out in 1950 at our first convention. Okay. Our first convention in Canada. Right? It was in Canada. And the responsibility statement came out. I am responsible when anyone, anywhere reaches out for help. I want the hand of AA to always be there. And for that, I am responsible. There are alcoholics everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. You're going to be responsible. You got to be. You are the person that's a recovered alcoholic who can help somebody else out. But Dion, I only have a week. Nah, yeah, well, you still can. You know where to find meetings. You know where to buy a big book. You know how to get a sponsor. You know more than that person does. Not only that, but that person's probably going to be listen to you a little bit better because you got a week of sobriety. I'm at 9 years, and they think I'm full of shit. They think I'm lying, right? Because that's how we think when we get into the program. So we have these responsibilities every single day. Now, the responsibility statement was actually written for one purpose and one purpose only, but it's become more than that. The purpose behind the responsibility statement was for professionals only. That's what we were talking about. It's actually the responsibility statement to the professionals, that we are responsible whenever they ask for help, that we're there, that we are available. and then we do it the right way. God, who's doctor? Oh, okay. Like now a doctor sending me a message. It was a dentist. So they want my money. I have no teeth. See? No teeth. The only teeth I have are in the front. Bet you didn't know that. I'm great at whistling. Today I pray. I pray that all the good words and catchphrases and wisps of inspiration that come to me, I'll remember these two above all: humility and responsibility. These may be the hardest to come by. Humility because it means shooting away my pride. Responsibility because I'm in the habit of using my addiction as a thin excuse for getting out of my obligations. I pray that I may break these old patterns. Today, I'll remember first humility, then responsibility. Why would we do it that way? Because humility is asking for help, and the responsibility is the action of that help. Right? God, I'm going through something, and I need some direction. Okay, I'm going through this. If you'd help me with a little bit of direction, and I can ask for this because it helps me, and by it helping me, it means that I will help more people out. So I certainly can do that. Right? But these go together. So the best way to find out your answer after you have asked the question is to help someone else, to take on a responsibility. The answer will come. It will. It always has for me. Right. Now, in the beginning, humility and responsibility is kind of a tough thing, isn't it? But really, you did have a lot of humility. Right. Even this young lady that I just watched walk in, you know what she said? I just don't know what to do anymore. What a perfect place to be. What a perfect place to be. That means that this person is willing to listen, which means now we can offer a solution that will work for her. In a week, her life's going to be different. In a week. Right? Yeah. So humility says, I need help. Responsibility says, I'll do my part. See? I need help. That's what humility is, asking God for help and then doing something about it. Humility requires action. It requires action. God, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get over this drinking problem. So I go to a meeting. That's the action. I look for a sponsor. That's the action. I read the big book. I read the 12 by 12. I read the daily reflection. These are the actions of the humility. All right? Because this isn't a something for nothing. No. This is not money for nothing and your chicks for free. It's not a Dire Straits song. All right. Oh, 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 oh. Who sang backups on that song? I know one of you knows. Who sings the backup on Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. It's not hard. It's actually kind of pretty well known. All right. So let's repeat that. Humility says I need help. Responsibility says I'll do my part. You can't stay sober with one and ignore the other. Nope. And I see this happen a lot. Oh, I need help. And then they go Netflix binge. Or they do nothing, or you stay in bed all day. Doom scrolling. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's not okay to relax every now and again. Absolutely it is. There's a time and a place for it. All right. Relax in your AA meeting. Probably the best place to do it, right? So, as a reminder, humility is not thinking less of myself. It's thinking of myself less. And that's why getting out of self is the answer to your problems. That's the answer. Go do something for someone else. You know, there's a whole clinical thing behind this, that when you are helping somebody else, your subconscious is also working on your problem, which means when you start running your mouth, the answers might come out of your mouth because you are giving a suggestion to someone else. That might be where it comes from. You ever been talking to somebody and been like, oh my gosh, this applies to me right now. Okay, yeah, okay, I got it. And then the same answer to help two people happens all the time. I watch it happen all the time. Leisure wins. Ding, 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 ding. I don't have a soundtrack for that. Yep, it was Sting. Money for nothing. It's knowing I don't have all the answers, and that's okay. I have a lot of the answers. I do, but I don't have all of them. I don't need all of them. Right? I have 4 other people here who might know the answer to something. It doesn't always need to be me who has the answer to the problem. And I do that. It happens to me often. Last week there was somebody who needed detox. They were underage. Nobody had an answer to this. I'm like, this has to be happening all the time. Why do we not have a usual answer for it? You're a detox. You should know. You should be the person that should have the knowledge. They do now. Right? Right? Nobody has all the answers. And that's the dangerous part about these people out here. They think that they will tout multiple pathways, but really what they want you to do is just follow what they do and what they have and how they do it. Because they got, 2-3 years of sobriety now. And they think that there's somebody in long-term recovery. Right? Long-term recovery, 10 plus years. That's long-term. And you can argue with me all day if you want to, but I win. You can go start your own Daily Trudge. Say what you can spew the bullshit you want. I want my MTV. So it's okay to not have all the answers. In fact, isn't it kind of nice to think that you don't have all the answers now? Getting everybody else's business, creating bullshit. Right. And this very much goes along with step 7 in asking God to humbly remove our shortcomings, right? Now, what about the responsibility point? We've been mostly talking about humility. I am responsible for my recovery, for my actions, for my side of the street, for my feelings, for my triggers. I'm responsible for everything that goes on in this big old meat sack. If you want freedom, responsibility, accountability. Yeah, if you want freedom, okay, the more you make your life convenient, the less freedom you will have. That includes your cars. I tell you right now, I will not get a car that has GPS on it. No, they're not going to be allowed to shut down my car because they want to, or lock it and keep me out of it. Nope, ain't going to happen. No. There's a lot of things I do not. My location on my phone, yeah, fuck you. It ain't on. No. Right? I'll get in my wife's car. If I don't press number 1 and I start the car, it crushes my legs. I hurt my knee once doing that. And I couldn't stop it. See, the more convenient your life is, the less freedom you will have. But I guarantee you also have a lot more time to sloth around if you want to, if that's what you're going for. So nobody can do the work for me, not my sponsor, not God, not my group. Nobody can do the work for me. I have to do it myself. Right? And it's often I say, you can get sober for any reason. Recovery, you've got to do for you because it's about you. You can't do somebody else's 4th step. It's not possible. Well, it's possible, but it ain't going to work. You're already doing that anyway. Right? So, responsibility gives humility direction. Ooh, I like that one. Responsibility gives humility direction. Because if I'm responsible, right? If I'm truly being responsible, okay? Did you ever think that maybe God put something in your life to make sure it doesn't happen to the next person? That's the key, right? And that's why I have to send that email. Because if he does it again, well, I'm partly to blame, aren't I? Aren't I? I am. You may not feel that way, but I do. Well, no, those are there actually. Yeah, but I knew and I said nothing. And I said nothing. Can't have that either. Right? It's a hard one, man. I'm not going to tell people that they have to do it. That I do what I do. So, but the opposite is true. Humility without responsibility leads to laziness. Oh, God will handle that. This is the one thing I can't say. Oh, God will take care of them. No, he won't. No, he's not going to take care of it. No, no, no. You know what happened? God gave it to you to do, and you didn't do it. God works through his children. If he gave you something to do it, you don't do it. He's going to give it to somebody else, but there will be a consequence to that. Right? Right? It happens all the time in AA. Hey, who'd like to read tonight? It's always the same people, ain't it? Hey, who'd like the time? Who'd like the chair? Who'd like the host? It's always the same people. And I'm not just talking about grassroots. I'm talking about every meeting. It's always the same, ain't it? Get in there. Do some fucking service work. Today somebody, I mean, they keep asking to come back to a meeting. Like, you were never kicked out. And this is like the fourth time in 3 days. Now I'm getting emails and text messages. And finally I told him, you've never been removed. Shit or get off the pot. Enough. Hey, stop blaming everybody for all your stuff. Stop it. Leisure says people take other people's inventory all the time. Absolutely, they do. You think Alcoholics Anonymous is a safe space? You're not being judged. You think you're in a room of alcoholics and not being judged? Huh. You get intrusive thoughts. I get intrusive thoughts. It happens. It's not something we actually mean. And that's what we discover, isn't it? See, the thing is we're all talking shit about each other in our heads. Safe space. Okay. Now, I do believe in safe spaces. This is one. This is a safe space, but it's because I'm in control. So it's safe for me. It might not be safe for you. I don't know. That depends on you. Because there's only one safe space in the whole world. It's you. You've got to learn to be your own safe space. Otherwise, you know what we call it? A demand. Yeah. Michelle says, I've admitted I do judge, not proud of it. And I would wholeheartedly agree with that. Yep. Yep. I get intrusive thoughts. I don't want them. I don't enjoy them. I used to revel in them. I used to really enjoy them. Now I don't like them. In fact, sometimes I question myself. I'm like, really, Dion? Seriously? Come on. That's why we need other people in our lives so we can talk about these things and get to the right thing, huh? Left to our own devices, we don't do the best of this. So when responsibility without humility becomes pride, it becomes, I've got this. And you'll say something like, God never gives me more than I can handle. Well, okay. I'm going to call bullshit. All right. Scott said, or Leisure says, actually, a reason why I haven't been going to in-person meetings, but on the other hand, people only get what they want out of meetings. And that's another great point, Scott. Yeah. So Take what you need and leave the rest. And that's what we all land on. And that's why we don't end the meeting and we're still judging each other. It's not going on. Okay. But if you think it isn't happening, I want you to know the truth. Amber says, judge so hard, motherfuckers want to find me. All right. So let me get back to the God never gives me more than I. If you are somebody where God never gives you more than you can handle, then you don't reach out to anybody and you ain't gonna make it. Don't tell me that. You came into the program begging for help, but God never gave you more than you could handle? Huh. I don't agree with it. If you feel that way, certainly valid. It's not true. God often gives me more than I can handle, so I will reach out to his children for help. Even the email I was sending, dude, I ran it through you guys first. I haven't sent it. I put it in the recovery watchdog to see if anybody replies on it to say this or that, right? Yeah. I'm not making a move without confirming it with somebody first. No way. That's when I get in trouble, when I think, oh, I got it. No, I ain't got it. That's the problem. I'm still learning, and that's okay. Leisure says, I can sit there taking inventories, or I can take things and grow from them. Yep. So the key is maybe you'll get some intrusive thoughts. Question that intrusive thought. Dion, do you really think that? The answer is usually going to be no. I don't actually feel that way. There you go. Now you're done with it. Now you can listen. Yeah. All right. So what are we going for? Where are we going to sit in this for freedom? Because that's what we want, freedom. All right. It's balance in all things. All right. Balance. Leisure says that's why we have sponsors. Absolutely it is. It's why we have closed mouth friends. It's why we have therapists and BFFs and spouses. These are the people that care what happened to us, right? And, my friends, this is the way they work. If I'm doing something stupid and they know about it, I'm going to hear from them. I'll hear from somebody. And they're not doing it because they're taking my inventory. They're doing it because they love me. I'll know the difference. You'll be able to tell the difference. It's the approach that makes the difference, right? Humility gets me on my knees. Responsibility gets me back on my feet. So stay humble, stay accountable. Stay accountable, right? Because humility and responsibility aren't going to be much without accountability. So, all right, feels like it's been a long day. So, all right, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and keep on